beginning foundational space, Saloni, of being consciously being with your body, knowing what's
Yeah.
happening, where it is happening. If I have to go one level deeper and build this as a muscle in me, beside this foundation thing, what else can I do?
Being present with the body awareness. Second step, I would say body awareness. There's a beautiful book, Awareness Through Movement. Fred Krines is the name of the author. I can share with you later. It's difficult to pronounce the name. But he's mentioned about we are not aware of a posture. For example, a lot of people talk about, I work with leaders, and I was recently working with a leader who was mentioning about this strange pain, constant pain in his upper and lower back. Now we think, oh, maybe because I've been sitting like this, that's why it's happening. Or maybe because I've been on the go, that's why it's happening. But it's so much related to how you're living your life. And in exploration, it came around like the huge weight of responsibilities. And even the responsibilities he didn't need to carry. But he was carrying. So we don't realize how our life, what we are doing, how we are living, how we are leading in our relationships, with our teams, generally in life is related to what body is showing. And I can tell you, no matter what age person is listening to us right now, Shruti, every single person's body is showing a symptom. Like, for example, I have young daughter who's just 19, and the other day she was saying about some pain in the back. Even young children, teenagers are already experiencing this. It's not just about sitting. And I did ask her, like, what is happening? Tell me. Are you stressed about something? And yes, there was a stress she was going through. So we don't realize that how emotions are linked to our body. So the second step is body awareness. Every time you feel something, and this is your body screaming, as I said, the pain comes, the tension comes when already body has given the subtle signal. Subtle signal was there maybe a month back. Now the pain is there, body is saying ki, now you have to pay attention. So just notice, okay, if the tightness is there, where am I being tight in my life? Simple. Where am I holding on to certain things in my life? Maybe I am extending so much to, something where I don't need to expand. Maybe I'm saying yes to things which I want to say no to. That is very common. For example, jaw clenching and tight jaw. In women, it's so common. So women store emotions in jaw and pelvis. This is a biological fact.
Jaw and
Oh, pelvis. Pelvis. Lower belly and pelvis, yes. And that's why a lot of fat also they store in the belly. There is a reason for that. So much of guilt and shame they have been feeling throughout their life is stored there. So much of they couldn't say. They wanted to say in relationship, but they couldn't say, couldn't express. Everything stored here. Thyroid, for example, is because a lot of people, I'm not generalizing in everybody, but a lot of people, the reason is blocked in throat chakra, because there have been times where they were not allowed to express their feelings, they were not allowed to share what they wanted to share, and then there's a block in the energy. So energy centers and chakra is very much part of our body. They are physical energy centers, and there's a block in there. Tightness, block is simply tightness. Something gets contracted, literally it's like a pipe gets blocked. This is what it is. And then the energy doesn't flow. It's very simple. It's very, very scientific. Body is completely a science in itself, right? So yeah, just noticing anything, I can almost guarantee anywhere in the body, if there's a pain, there's a tightness, there's some dis-ease. Disease is dis-ease, body is not in ease. There is an emotion body is holding. Yes, there can be physical reasons. I'm not denying that. Could be. But there's always going to be some emotional factor attached to it. And that's the next step, I would say, if you want to deepen. Just notice where my body is calling and what does it mean at a subtle emotional mental level about my life. If you look at whole picture of your life, you will know the answer. Or if you don't, then a coach who knows about it can definitely support you to show you the mirror.
very interesting. Yeah. And the statement that you made was that there's always an emotional reason. There could be a physical reason, but undoubtedly, like the iceberg, at the subtle level, at the physical level. But we say there's beliefs, there's value, there's decoding. So there's some decoding Could be big, small, and it involves just going a little deeper. But first of all,
Absolutely.
being very, very clear that there is something. It is, you can't be in denial. Ki, there's nothing. No, no, no.
Absolutely.
There's nothing. It's all fine. All fine. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll give you a couple of examples also, Shruti, just to help you. For example, I'm studying now, right now, mind body connection, and I was finding like autoimmune conditions are so common in women, so common in women, much more than men. And one of the biggest reason is self-abandonment. A woman from the very young age has been taught, and our maternal instincts are also so, our hormones, estrogen make us always nurture others and put others needs before ourselves, but we don't realize in the process we constantly abandon ourselves, our needs, our desires. I'm not talking about ambition. There are many women who are very ambitious, doing things, having successful careers, but I'm talking about a very subtle level of abandonment when you are staying awake at night for the work, but you are not tending to the body who's tired and exhausted. Maybe just need a massage, maybe need somebody who can just really help them release the tension in the body, or sleep more, or whatever it is. Maybe just wanting to go out for a walk or dance, or enjoy their feminine urge to just be in nature, whatever it is for them. That is also self abandonment. The need to go out and whatever it is to relax versus to constantly doing. So doing is a masculine, as we know, and the just being is a feminine trait. Body is feminine, being in the body is feminine, operating from the mind is masculine. So when we go against our nature, and it's not just for women, for men as well, of course, because man has both yin and yang, masculine and feminine. When we constantly are, abandoning this feminine side of ourselves, which just wants to just be as we are in the body, then we are abandoning ourselves. And a lot of autoimmune conditions are linked to this self-abandonment, where we felt we have to do it. We felt there was no other way to live life. We have to tend to the children, ailing parents. And I'm not saying that we don't have to. I'm not saying that. We all have to do our responsibilities. What I'm bringing attention of people is towards, can we do it without self-abandoning ourselves? Can we do it while we take care of ourselves? And that's the balance and integration part I'm bringing in my work.
I think beautifully said. And clearly, I mean, some of the built up that we have got so far is number one, just being aware of your emotions, and there's no good or bad. Emotions are emotions. Being aware of it, getting connected with it, any whispers of the body, if ignored, come out as screams, and those screams always have an foundational of something at an emotional level which one has to uncover. Saloni, you beautifully spoke about masculine, feminine. There's a lot of talk about it. And I want it to be gender neutral. This question is gender neutral. But how can, as a human, we operate as a wholesome, living up and integrating a masculine and feminine energy beautifully, both for men and women? I know you do a lot of work around this space. So, what would be, uh, at a broad level, what do you think about it as a philosophy, and some practical ways in which we can really integrate and live it well?
Absolutely, yeah, Shruti. A lot of my work is about integration of masculine, feminine, as you said, and it is absolutely gender neutral because the both energies resides in everybody. Everybody has a body and a mind. As I said, body is the feminine energy. Body is where all the senses are, sensing, feeling, emotions happen, which is feminine, and the mind is about thinking, which is doing, action, execution. So first step is a constant balance of this doing and thinking versus being, just being, a balance. So on a daily basis, if people can start to notice, okay, can I spend at least 10 minutes every day just being? Don't even meditate. I'm not saying just sit and meditate because we have made, okay, if I'm going to sit 10 minutes, then I'm going to put, a meditation guide and I'm going to do. No, that's also still your mind is thinking, doing something. Just sit, do nothing, look out of the window, stare at your wall, no matter what you do, but no doing anything, no watching TV, no phone, nothing, no talking, just be. Just, and trust me, it's so hard. I have asked my clients to do it and they come back. It's very hard, Saloni. 10 minutes. I say just 10 minutes. By the timer, put time in its timer. And I make them do it actually. And after almost a month or 40 days, they break this barrier. You know what? Now I can do it. And you know what happens the moment you do, your body start to relax. Your body start to kind of really come into is what we calling nowadays. You might have heard of nervous system regulation. It's there are a lot of different ways to do that, but this is one of the simplest way you can just allow your body to feel it's safe to just be. Not we don't have to constantly be on a hamster, wheel in a race. We all are running this rat race, right? So that's the first step I would say, just being. The second would be in anything you are doing, just notice when you're rushing through it and just one deep breath. How is my body? You're entering a meeting. How is my body? Is my shoulder relaxed? My jaw relaxed? So many people are just clenching. So many people are clenching. Recently, somebody was talking about their partner that constantly clenching and they're going through a lot of stress. And even we do that in our sleep. I had this. So I realized that when my dad was going through chemo, some other my family members were unwell. I was a primary caregiver for many family members. And in the night, I would, just my teeth will grind. So what happens? Daytime, I'm taking care of everybody, being really strong as a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a mother, as a coach, taking care of everything. But in the night, all that stress that I'm dealing with throughout the day, the jaw tightens up and that unconsciously the grinding happens. And it has taken me a lot of somatic work and healing processes. Now my jaw is completely relaxed and it's gone. But it has taken me almost a couple of years to reach there. And most of the people are doing it who go through stress. Some of them know I'm doing it. Some even don't realize that they're doing it. So yeah, this is the way, the balancing. But I would also add this, Shruti, that more there's people have this idea of masculine feminine through reels, through some vague information. People actually do not understand what energies mean. People do not understand what does it mean yin and yang. I highly recommend and invite people to wherever you find a reliable source. As I said, I'm definitely doing this work, really understand, because these energies are who you are and they can be easily integrated and you move through life differently when you are somebody whose yin and yang is aligned. Then you don't have to think your way through life. You really just try to drop
Flow
into
your
your
way.
being. You just, yeah, flow is the word. You're just flowing through life. Sometimes it becomes hard for me to describe because I'm a woman, I'm extremely feminine nature, but my masculine is also very strong and healthy. So people have very distorted idea of masculine, number one. Like I have a client who's a coach himself and he said, for me, I'm not very masculine. I said, what do you mean? He said that my wife says that you're not very strong, you don't assertively tell, you don't scold our child when he's not studying. So masculine is not about being aggressive or being dominating. It's not that at all. Masculine is pure presence and stillness. I give the example of Shiva. Shiva is the highest epitome of, masculine, holding Ganga, the feminine, the tsunami in his hair, because it's like that presence which can hold no matter what comes inside. And feminine is a creative force of nature. It can create a universe and it can destroy as well. That's the feminine force of nature. So it's like masculine is a stillness and presence which can hold anything. That's healthy masculine. Very powerful, true power. True power that is. That's firm, assertive, intelligent. That's our masculine. It's not like, as I said, pushing through, dominating, aggressive. We don't need to do that. And when both combine, the creative force, the feminine, which is very vibrant, full of life and full of, senses, connected with senses and body, very, very creative, very intuitive, because intuition comes with the body. So it's very intuitive. The feminine energy is intuitive. And that's where the creativity comes from. And then we have this masculine holding. That's when the magic happens in life. Then people lead freely and flow. They flow. That's how it works.
Yeah. think that's a beautiful description. Stillness and creativity, uh, Shiv and Ganga, uh,
Yeah.
Shiv or Shakti, holding together. Um, you and I've heard you in the past also, Saloni, talking about listening to the body. And you say that there are very few things I now actually apply my cognitive head. I mean, there are few things I apply, but it's really, really limited. And life is largely about listening to my body. How do you personally listen to your body in your day to day life, Saloni?
Thank you. So my this have I say I completely now I'm not denying that mind has a power, and mind is very beautiful faculty, and it helps us do beautiful things like we're talking now. We plan a conversation and we do it, but I truly let my body lead. So, for example, in the morning when I get up, I really just take few minutes. And nowadays, I have some lying down somatic practices which I do. Slow movement of body. I start from there. I don't start from any kind of exercise or yoga. It's very naturally my body is guided. That help me really relax and start the day. And at that time, I know like, okay, what is it that I wanted to do? Many times it's just want me to start the day with dance. I love dancing. Dancing is my way to connect with the divine, and I would just put on some music and just dance. Sometimes it's just like I want to go out in the grass. I have grass just outside, my apartment, and I would just walk barefoot on grass. So both connects me with my body, both ground me fully and anchors me for the day. And then I see if I want to do my yoga practice, if I want to do some other exercise and start my day whichever day way I want to start. And similarly, whenever I have to create something, so I'm now my next retreat is coming, homecoming, and I actually this morning only I started to start preparation for the retreat. So that my way of preparing is I just tune into it, and I started to kind of the moment I tune into my body, it was very interesting because the participants who have joined in now, I know them, I know a few things about them. So some download starts to happen. The moment I just be with my body, and usually now I do it with movement. So I put on music and I allow my body to move, and it's just start to come like, what is it that they would need? How do I want to, create the flow of this retreat? And it's very different than earlier I would do. Earlier, I would write and reflect and journal and plan. And again, that is another way. I'm not saying that's it's not good or bad, but what I'm saying for me, it feels so much more wholesome now because now I start with this. And once this download happened, then I go and write, okay, this is how my flow is going to be. And a lot of my work happened very intuitively. Like in the last retreat, for example, and even in my one-to-one coaching, lot of intuitive work happens. So I don't every time plan this is what I'm going to do in my programs. When I am there, if I'm fully present, as you said, listening to the body, if I'm fully present, listening to my body, what the cues my body is getting, because body is getting the cues through we are not through mind reading we can get only very little, through mind we can only get very little, but other people's bodies are doing something in the program. They are moving certain way, they are speaking certain way, their tone, the texture, the way they're speaking, the way they're moving, their expressions, my body is catching up everything, and through that it's giving me information which then helps me come out with what is it that they need. That's how it's a dance. That's how it's a dance between what's happening in their life. And I feel as coaches, as leaders, entrepreneurs, this is something which is like literally breakthrough. I can say like this is something so required because this helps in your decision making. This helps in how you lead yourself or your teams in everything. So it makes a huge difference. Then just logical, because mind comes only through logical and limited thinking, what we already know. This is giving us new information.
One of my philosophy for conscious flow is make the bold moves, yet make them with ease. And the entire element of a little bit more lightness in your approach when you and while some may think that, okay, our area of work is more in the space, so for example, your area is in the work of embodiment, coaching, maybe it's relevant only there and not required, let's say, somewhere who runs a retail, big brand of a retail company, or someone who's an engineer or technology head or a HR head. but literally, I think in every sphere of life, if this could be a way of being where, well, these realities are there, but you're really present with the body, even in your office, even in your team meetings, even when you have to make a very important pitch to your leadership team about what work and what progress, and a review pitch, you actually, you don't get into the structure so quickly. Just go out, be with nature, observe, sink in, maybe listen to a nice music, dance a little, just be with nature, whatever works out for you. Just be in that relaxed state and then let those insight come. And from there, work out on your presentation. People are like, okay, this is to be done. Let's get going. Let's start. Put your ideas on the table. I mean, those are important. And I am, in being a consultant, that's the way I have also been. But I personally really recommend. First of all, I really recognize the power of operating from this space, because that makes it beautiful and light and fun, rather than
Yeah.
this is what has to be done, this has to be done by this time. Number two, my presence really enhances. And number three, I may think a little differently, a little uniquely. I may connect something around it and then operate from that space. So I think very beautifully shared,
Absolutely.
Saloni. And
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, and I
Absolutely.
wanted to really link it. Uh,
I
okay.
fully second that. I fully second that, Shruti. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. We all have a body. We all are dealing with people, and we all are making decisions every single day. It's for
Yeah,
everyone. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Um, so as we conclude, Saloni, today's conversation, okay, and of course we got a host of insights. Saloni is also having. You can visit her website, salonising.com. Right, that's right, Saloni.
Yes.
We'll get
Yeah.
more information
SaloniSingh.com.
about her. Yes, she also has an interesting podcast, Quantum Shift, Saloni. That's
That's
your
Quantum
podcast.
Shift. That's Quantum
Yes,
Shift. That's
quantum
on
shift.
about.
Yes, yes. And Saloni is also having a retreat right now in Bangalore for 4 5 days. What are the days with Saloni if someone is
So
listening to us
the
and wants to join? Yes,
sure. Sure. So retreat is from 6th to 10th August, 5 days retreat. And this is a homecoming retreat, again, to come home to our body and breath. Completely somatic experience and a deep experience of healing, integrating mind, body, heart, spirit, masculine and feminine energies. I think everything we talked about, but in a lot of depth, a lot of healing. Yeah. Well,
yes, great. So that's coming with Saloni in Bangalore very soon in August, as she shared. So as we wrap up, what would be your three messages for all those who have joined us and wish to walk this path?
okay, three messages. Okay, the first thing I would say that your body is always connected to you. Even if you have lost that connection, or even if you feel that I'm not connected, your body is always in connection. Your body is literally waiting for you to just come back home. Just come back. So, and it will take just 5 minutes every single day to start listening, start being with the body. Body is very generous, very, very loving. So that's my first message. Just start to listen to your body. The second thing I also want to talk about safety, because I work in the field of leadership, and you do work with leaders as well, Shruti, and we don't realize that we are looking for safety, security, abundance, fulfillment outside, as if something from outside we will get and it will get us that. In reality, the moment your body start to feel safe, start to feel loved, nurtured, and connected, you will be surprised the way opportunities open up, opportunities and abundance opens up for you. I tell people, if you want more money, more love, whatever in your life, just come to body, because that's where you receive. Please know that very important part, feminine is about receiving and masculine is about giving. So if you're looking outside by doing and achieving and receiving through giving, it will not happen. You have to open yourself to receive, and for that you have to again come to your body. The more and more you allow your body to feel safe, loved, connected, the more your capacity to receive will increase. So this is, I think, some people don't understand this.
Thank you so much, Saloni. Beautiful conversation, beautiful insights, and really powerful, mighty messages that really resonates with the philosophy of conscious flow. Listening to whispers is at the heart of conscious flow. And body whispers are so integral and precious. So thank you for reinforcing and looking forward to meeting you sometime very soon and being a part of one of your retreats, Saloni. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.